Just as thoughts formed the earth, our thoughts form us. Your thoughts form you. And so the question is, what thoughts are guiding your paths? Do you feel that you should struggle with life because others have struggled? You've watched people struggle with their health, struggle with jobs, struggle with their weight, struggle with friendships, relationships, struggle with teenage pregnancy, struggle with living a life of hope, feeling empowered, having confidence, believing in yourself, trusting in yourself that you have what you need to achieve your goals. There are some that believe that I must continue this generational pattern of thoughts, that I can't be around certain people. I don't like certain people. They are different from me. I must maintain a certain circle of influence without ever getting to know that culture or race or religion. You have already prejudged it based on what others thought, what others experienced, because we feel that we must keep this generational pattern because we just have to, because it's generational, because it's our father, our mother, our grandfather, grandmother, that because many before you may have experienced teenage pregnancy, that you know you're going to have a baby in your teenage years, during your teenage years, because your mother experienced it. Therefore, you have to experience it because your mother experienced diabetes and back problems. It's coming for me too. I'm going to experience it too. That you can't do what you love because that's just the way things are. We have to uphold these standards. I can't go to college. No one in my family has been to college. I can't play the piano. I have to work this farm. It's been in my family for years. What am I going to do? How can I face the people before me and all the work they've done? Do you believe that you are what people label you? You are silly, stupid, crazy. Other people are smarter than you. I just don't have the brains to do that work. That he went to college and I didn't go to college, and therefore he's smarter than me. He told me he's smarter than me, or she told me she's smarter than me. I'm clumsy. Because this happened to me, I have to go sell my body, or I have to do this work, or I have to take care of my body to an extreme that I'm not feeding myself nourishing foods, that I'm spending hours and hours in the gym because I have to take care of this body. I allow people to do something worse to it. That the only thing I can be or do is this. And even though I know there's something better that I can do, I just can't help myself. I can't help but thinking that I'm going to be overweight. So I might as well eat and not stress out. I don't have to exercise because I'm going to be overweight anyway. I don't have to go for my dreams. I don't have to be the person that I want to be, that deep down inside, there are flickers of light that tell me I am more than what I am doing. I can't trust myself because what if I make a mistake? What if they laugh at me? What if they talk about me? Not realizing that as long as people have tongues, my mother would say, they'll talk. As long as you accept your life, you can move forward with your experiences. You live and learn. You learn and live. Often we say that other people imprisoned us with their labels, with their actions, with their inactions. And we feel like we must suffer when it comes to sleeping, eating, doing the activities that we love. That it isn't the experience that imprisoned us, it is our thoughts that we have about the experience. There's a quote that someone prominent had said, and I believe it was part of a book, is that what happened to you? And yes, that is a question. What happened to you? But more importantly, how did you interpret what happened to you? Because within your interpretation are the keys to your freedom. When you assess your beliefs and you ask yourself, are they working for me? Are they giving me the life that I want, the life that I deserve? And it boils down to, what do you believe you deserve? Do you deserve you supposed to be laughed at and hit on and beat up? Do you deserve struggle, anxiety, depression, insomnia, not being able to go to sleep at night and have restful, peaceful, deep sleep? We get so fixated on the hours, but you could spend hours laying there and not feel rested in the morning because you're so worried about what others have done and what they've said and have not done, that people have a right to live their life the way they want to. And, it can be frustrating. You know why? Because we have expectations. We feel like people need to live according to our expectations. You are my mother, my father, so you should do this. And when they don't, our whole world tends to turn over. When instead of believing and seeing that they have a right to live their lives, everybody does. We have free will. It's what we do with that free will, what we believe about that free will, what our underlying beliefs are. Do we believe in love? Do we believe in fear and pain and struggle? And so many people have the struggle. I know about it, the struggle mindset, that just because someone else has experienced it is reason for us to believe that we have to experience it too, instead of seeing that we are our own person. We have our own mind to make the decisions that we want to make the decisions that will edify us, that will build us up, to help us to be more confident and trustworthy of ourselves and not doubt and not feel like, I don't have to be angry. I don't have to be sad. I don't have to be frustrated, shameful, resentful. I don't have to carry that excess weight and those opinions. I can choose to be free and think for myself. But there are those underlying issues of needing to belong, needing to be when we already belong here on earth. Our birth justified our existence, forever how long that is. That no amount of people that didn't make us, justify us. So on this day of rest, Sunday is always a great day to really reflect. I mean, every day should be a day of reflection, I believe. But Sunday is a good day to reflect and see, assess your situation, your circumstances. And you can guarantee that your beliefs, not the actions or inactions of others, is what have you in that circumstance, is what imprisons you if you feel that you are imprisoned, if you feel like you don't have the space to grow and to act. Even if you are in prison, even if you are in an abusive relationship, what thoughts did you have of yourself that caused you to be in that? Not what your parents did and how they reacted, but what you thought about that relationship, that relationships are abusive. It takes courage. That is our ending our week. My children and I were focusing on a virtue week, and it takes courage, which is already in you, to be you, to live your life the way that builds you up and makes you excited about the day and what you are going to experience, to make you want to face your fears and not live in fear, that make you go to sleep at night and eat for your body and not for your emotions. Again, it is not so much of what happened to you, but how did you interpret what happened to you? That is the question that will help you unlock, break down the bars, unlock the key, unlock the lock that keeps you imprisoned. Because the imprisonment is not in physical, the imprisonment is often mentally, inside. Because what we are on the inside is often reflected on the outside. This is Tamika Chambers, and I often say, make this lifetime great, because no matter what happened to you, you still can. You still can do and be you. You can still find your way back home. See, create a generational love cycle is about changing those thoughts, replacing those thoughts that created the cycle of pain, the generational cycle of pain. And when I say cycle of pain, I'm talking about mentally, depression, racism, prejudice. I'm talking about um, weight gain, obesity. I'm talking about chronic health conditions. I'm talking about abuse, neglect that can break those generational cycles of darkness, because it takes one thought to say, you know what, I don't have to do that. I can learn from that experience and choose a better way, a better route, a better path, a better way of life, because I deserve it. Make this lifetime great, because you can choose to create a generational love cycle. It begins with you. Forget about don't throw the blame and cast the blame on others and say, no, they're supposed to do it. That's who they are. Take responsibility for your lives. You change from the inside out.